How aware are you of breast cancer? What difference does it make to have an early screening detection? Does National Breast Cancer Awareness Month make a difference? Stay with us to know more about breast cancer. Good evening, everyone, and thank you so much for staying with KTV2. It is the program you've been waiting to the point. As I mentioned earlier, we are going to concentrate on breast cancer. Why? Because breast cancer is the second most common kind of cancer in women. Every 29 seconds, a woman is treated with a breast cancer. About 1 in 8 women born today in the world will get a breast cancer at most points. The good news is what most women can survive breast cancer if it's found and treated early. A mammogram, the screening test for breast cancer, can help find breast cancer early when it's easier to treat. October is the National Breast Cancer Awareness Month. It is a chance to raise awareness about the importance of early detection of breast cancer, make a difference, spread the word about mammograms, and encourage communities, organizations, families, and individuals to get involved. To talk more about this issue, stay with us. We will be right back with this report.
Cancer Awareness Nation, sponsored by His Highness the Emir of Kuwait, Sheikh Sabah Al-Ahmed Al-Jaber Al-Sabah. May God protect him, a media arm of the Commission on Tumors of the Kuwaiti Association for the Anti-Smoking and Cancer was launched in 2006. He adopts priorities WHO and the International Union Against Cancer Awareness on Cancer and Serve Health Promotion Program in Kuwait. Was based medical awareness messages initiative, visual and audible, and legible in collaboration with doctors and specialists, the Ministry of Health, and non-governmental organizations interested in raising awareness of cancer. It encourages a voluntary work in communities and registration in their programs via the campaign website. Antioxidants are believed to prevent some chronic illnesses, such as cardiovascular disease and cancer, due to their ability to protect against cell damage. New research suggests that a common antioxidant may also protect against non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. A new study suggests that an antioxidant commonly found in breast milk could help to protect against non-alcoholic fatty liver disease. And they are found commonly in fruits and vegetables, and they are thought to prevent cell damage. Vitamin C and E and are examples of great antioxidants. Studies have shown that a diet rich in fruits and vegetables can help to prevent chronic diseases. However, it is not certain whether the antioxidants themselves protect against these diseases or whether their substances in fruits and vegetables do. New research links one antioxidant in particular commonly found in breast milk and foods such as kiwi, soy, and celery to the risk of developing non-alcoholic fatty liver disease is becoming increasingly widespread. In the United States, the disorder is the most common cause of liver disease, accounting for 75% of all chronic liver disease. affects 20 to 30% of US adults and 60% of obese adults. And the disease has been linked to the obesity epidemic and the metabolic disorders that accompany it. Cancer researchers at the University of Cincinnati UC College of Medicine have found an obesity-associated protein's role in leukemia development and drug response, which could lead to more effective therapies for the illness. The study, which will be published online edition of Cancer Cell and led by the PhD Associate Professor in the Department of Cancer Biology, provided evidence that FTO, the protein associated with fat mass and obesity, plays a critical cancer-promoting role by regulating expression of a set of genes through a mechanism involving the acid RNA modification and thereby increasing the reproduction of leukemia cells and prohibiting drugs response.
المبرة أسست سنة 2007
better believe it. Welcome back to The Point. We have our first guest, Sukinah Ali. She knows all about breast cancer and she's a volunteer. Her name is Sukinah Ali. She's an health inspector from CAN, C-A-N volunteer. Good evening and thanks so much for being with us.
Good evening. I'm so happy that you invited me here and give me a chance to talk about CAN campaign.
That's wonderful. The pleasure is all ours. Before we get started, we would like to tell our viewers or probably identify the abbreviation for CAN. What is it?
Actually, in the beginning, I want to tell you something about how the countries in the world, they concentrate these few years on health awareness. So they can prevent a lot of money that uses to treatment. So CAN campaign.
CAN campaign. C-A-N.
Okay. Yes.
Okay.
About 10 years ago, they start. For this point, they start to spread the awareness by their management and volunteers, and to help people to know what is the examination, the early examination, which is help people to prevent a lot of disease.
That's wonderful.
Especially cancer.
That's why you have a marathon. It's all about breast cancer. It's all about the awareness,
yes,
to get acquainted with the disease and how to prevent it from happening.
Oh, this question really good, because I joined the marathon last year with the CAN campaign, which was in Ahmedi city, sponsored by Sheikh Fawaz al-Sabah. and the marathon really was good. It had about 400 volunteers and a lot of teachers and students from Ahmadi schools.
So it started in an Ahmadi schools and it ended where? How many kilometers?
Maybe, no, it's, not too much, maybe 2 kilometers like this.
That's more than enough.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the weather was really good, and the most important, the aim of this marathon was to
Get
spread
awareness.
yes, to people.
So did you get any feedback from the people who were participating as well as the people who are surrounding you that the marathon honestly made it the point that you are looking for?
This question every one ask me if all awareness it's really get a point or not. In my experience in this way, in these volunteers, yes, it makes sense, especially with people of women. They ask about how we make this sure we are not affected with the cancer in future. Then they don't feel afraid to make early examination. Because our awareness it's about to improve and lectures for people. You know, most of people they afraid to make examination. He said, "No, I'm really good.
Yeah,
I'm not."
This is just like encouragement for them to step up and step forward and take the mammograph.
Yes.
90% you feeling good. Probably 10% you're feeling some kind of hesitation from them.
Yes, but now I feel they are more open mind and they know about the early examination.
That's why you are here and volunteer, because you know all about the mammogram.
Yes.
What about people, females? Like they would love to support your idea, your goal, your honestly, your initiative to put awareness in the mind of the people in the state of Kuwait and abroad. Did you have any volunteers from people who were diagnosed with cancer?
In the CAN campaign, yes, we already have a woman, she was healing from cancer, okay, and volunteer with the CAN campaign. CAN campaign, they support the people, they recovery from cancer, they fight the cancer. And in Kuwait, thanks God, there's a lot of groups, they support female in Kuwait, especially who diagnosed with cancer or recovery of cancer. I memorized that a Sidra team and Al Hayat team, because we worked already, yani CAN campaign, they already make a conference with these groups, and they invited the women who recovery from cancer, breast cancer especially, or other cancer disease, and they talk about their experience and how they were more stronger than before when they recover, and they talk how this experience gave them a lot of I don't know how to express this, how to catch the life, you know?
That's wonderful to know, honestly.
Yeah.
It is clear to me that your initiative is clear as day, that you are looking forward to spread the word, honestly, and to make awareness. It's right in front of you that this is a disease that we can tackle. This is a disease we can beat.
Yes.
But you have to detect it early.
Yeah, this is the most important thing.
That's wonderful.
And I think CAN campaign, they worked really hard of this point.
Mrs. Sukinah Ali, it's a pleasure to have you here, and good luck to you and best of luck, and we would like to help you in the future.
Thank you, and we can't ignore the TV, Kuwait TV, how they can, how always they support CAN campaign and all volunteers team. Thank you to invite me.
That's wonderful. We would like to thank Mrs. Sukinah Ali. She's inspector with the abbreviation of CAN volunteer. Thank
And
you so
I want something to.
Please,
If the camera can zoom
yes.
and
I can see,
let
Cancer
people
Aware
contact
Nation.
with the CAN campaign, and I'm really happy if people joined our team.
That's why just keep it on the air.
Yes.
It says here, Cancer Aware
Yeah.
Nation. حملة الوطنية لتوعية
Yeah,
مرض السرطان. That's
the
the number.
Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook, everything. And thank you.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Stay with us. We have more right after this. Welcome back. Like we promised you that we have more details about breast cancer. And now we have Dr. Mohamed Mutawa, consultant clinical oncology, right here in our studio. It's an honor to have you, doctor. Thank you so much.
Thank you very much for Kuwait TV and for the program, which I hope I will be able to cover some points.
We will do our best.
Which is important for most of our females in Kuwait or outside Kuwait.
Doctor, you have witnessed earlier that we have a volunteer. She was defending her idea about spreading the word about the breast cancer and also the awareness of breast cancer. That's why you are here in our studio, honestly, to tell us more about this. How important for a woman to have an early detection and exam before the disease spreads all over the body? How is it important to have this self-exam?
I have to thank you about that question, which will give us idea about how we can detect the tumor or the cancer very early. What means of breast self-examination? It means a way to examine the breast. And I think, as I'm telling all my patients or my relative at home or on the hospital, nobody can know the details of our breast except ourselves. I think you and me and all the females are taking shower every day or every other day, and they can feel the breast, the normal breast, and is it lumpy, it is not lumpy, and it can be seen also or to feel any mass or any lump in the breast. As soon
this
as
is concerning the women and the men together.
And the men
together.
Each 10 females, one male will develop breast cancer. Each 10 females with breast cancer, one man one man will develop breast cancer. This is international.
That's a fact.
It is a fact. It is a fact. I have a data.
Just like this one here on the air, like you mentioned, that every 8 women, there is a man is infected by breast cancer.
Exactly.
Just like on the air right now, you can take a look at it, doctor.
Exactly. I don't like to go in figures or
That's all right.
data. Okay. Then when we feel or she feel the mass, she should consult a physician or a specialist. Okay. And then we'll go through the detection of the lump, detection of the lymph node in the axilla, in the supraclav, and then she should have the mammography or ultrasound or MRI. I think the next speaker will talk about all this in details. No need to waste the time on it. As soon as the mammography can give us nearly more than 99%, is it malignant or not malignant? Then we'll do the FNC or core biopsy. Diagnosis will occur. We hope all the patient or all the women will presented with early breast cancer, which is less than 2 centimeter or 3 centimeter. For that, she will have the chance to protect her breast from mastectomy. The surgeon will do chondrocytectomy or removal of the tumor, radiation, and the chemotherapy according to the positivity of the lymph nodes. Also, one important thing, which also I will cover it later on, the biopsy will give us idea about the hormonal receptor, which is very important to
the
hormonal receptor.
What is that?
We have what is called estrogen receptor and progesterone receptor. These hormones produced by from the ovary. If it is ovaries.
Yes.
If the ovaries if the receptor are positive, we should give injection, whatever monthly or radiation to stop the production of the estrogen and the progesterone. Then we'll give hormonal treatment like tamoxifen, aromazine, aromedix, and the Evesta according to the type of the disease. Chemotherapy may be given, which is also good from pathological point of view. In the outer layer or of the surface of the cancer cell, it is what called we have to test for HER2/neu. HER2/neu, if it's positive, patient should receive what is called the Herceptin for about 1 year, and this will minimize the risk of
Doctor, you gave
recurrence.
us lots of information, honestly, to comprehend. We would like to cut it down to just small blocks.
Yeah.
What more important to us and the audience, like the inheritance of the family. Sometimes you inherit money, sometimes you inherit diseases. Like if you had one of the family, the member of the family, let's talk about probably the mother or maybe the father. If he had cancer, or probably his uncle or his grandfather or somebody, it's about likely, like maybe 50% you might get it and 50% you might not.
Exactly.
What about this one here, honestly? Is it at risk or higher risk? Like if one of the member of the family was diagnosed with cancer, is it possible that you may have the same disease or not?
I will say, I'm afraid that somebody will hear me or criticize me. 100% she will develop breast cancer.
100%.
How to minimize this? Not to be diagnosed late. For this group of patient, if the mother had breast cancer, the daughter, the sister, the mother should do mammography every year. And this will let us to diagnose the case very early, not very advanced, not late in late stage. Suppose 2 of the families, the mother and the sister, developed, they have breast cancer. Sure, the 5% more percentage of the lady to develop breast cancer. This is fact also, scientific fact. It is not a common talk about the breast cancer.
Now, you mentioned that about 5% that she might get it, correct? this is not only for the gender of female, it's also for men too.
For the men too.
For the men too.
Yes. I'm
Because people, they tend to think that the breast cancer is only for female, and this is wrong. It happens to men too, but less likely. Like you mentioned earlier, like every 8 women, 1 man might be infected with breast cancer.
Exactly, and unfortunately, the male breast cancer patient will present it very late.
Very late.
Very late, compared by the.
Talking about the age,
Yeah,
like maybe
whatever
50,
the
60
age.
years old.
Whatever the age.
Doesn't
whatever
matter.
the age. Yeah. And it is always coming late, and the treatment will be nearly the same. Surgery, but there is no conservative treatment in the male breast. They have to do mastectomy and axillary clearance, and then they will have the hormonal treatment as the male exactly.
Okay.
Tamoxifen.
Let's talk about the food itself. Does it cost some kind of, I'm not talking about cancer, but it helps to develop a cancer disease later on in life. The food you put in your stomach, is it bad or not?
Very bad.
Very bad.
Depend
Talking about
on-
what, fast food or what?
Depend on the type of food.
Type
Okay?
of food.
The junk
Food is not good.
Is not good. Why? Because it contains too much fat.
Too much fat.
And the fat is one of the predisposing factors for many type of disease or cancer, even cancer.
So stay away from junk food.
Exactly, exactly.
And stick with the vegetables and
with the
fruits.
vegetable, fruits, and the other, and there is no what is called supplements. Food supplement that will minimize or to
That's not good
prevent-
supplement food.
Oh, it is not.
Pills, it's not good.
Yeah. يعني it depend mainly concern about the vegetables and the fruits and the fresh vegetables mainly.
Healthy food is the best thing you can put in your body. What about smoke, doctor?
The smoke, it doesn't affect the breast cancer mainly, but we noticed that the patient with the breast cancer which under treatment who are smoking too much or little, the effect of the smoke on the lung will lead them to develop more disease in the lung, minimize the immunity, and the treatment will be difficult. It will not let the healing wound of the mastectomy clearly, and all this due to smoking or even the ex-smoker, not exactly smoking.
Okay, one final question, because you told me we are almost out of time, because I need to ask this one here. What about vitamins B5 and B17? Can it prevent cancer or not? Quickly, doctor.
Not.
Nope. Stay away from it. Doesn't help.
I looked for this vitamin B17. Many literature didn't support the idea of giving it. It is a vegetable or it is a fruit. It is a
but it's not going to hurt you. It might help, but it's not going to hurt.
It can increase the immunity and increase the things.
Doctor, honestly, pleasure to have you here. Looking forward to meet you once again.
Thank you very much. I'm sorry for giving the audience
that's wonderful,
something.
Wonderful, but we are almost out of time. We'll make sure to come back again.
Okay.
We would like to thank Dr. Mohamed Mutawa. He's a consultant clinical oncology. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
The concept of Hayat dates back to 2003 when its founder, Mrs. Rugaya Abdulwahab Al-Qatami, was already involved in charitable work for several years, providing medicine and other assistance to patients. She decided to make a difference to lives of expatriates with cancer living in the state of Kuwait. Hayat sponsored the treatment of hundreds of patients from 26 different nationalities with various cancers at a cost of millions of Kuwaiti dinars. For more about Hayat, we have this report for you.
المبرة أسست سنة 2007 لمساعدة مرضى سرطان الثدي. هدفها هو مساعدة الوافدين اللي يكون عندهم اللي فيهم مرض سرطان الثدي وما عنده الإمكانيات المادية بعد ما ندرس حالته، ويكون عنده أهم شيء عنده إقامة دائمة وعنده ملف في مستشفى مكي جمعة. هذاك الوقت إحنا نستلمه. لكن ما يعني نستلم، احنا نستلم كل مريض، ناخذ كل المرضى بس على حسب امكانياتنا الماديه. يعني اذا انا ما عندي متوفره امكانيات ماديه اضطر ما اخذ المريض، ما اقدر استطيع اني اخذه، لاني لازم انا اعالجه. لما اخذ المريض اعالجه كل فتره علاجه كله. دور المبرة في نشر التوعية، احنا مو هدفنا توعوي، احنا هدفنا علاجي. احنا نوفر الدواء للمريض، نعطي الدواء للمستشفى، وهم يعطونا حق المرضى اللي انضموا، اللي اخذناهم احنا. التوعية لجمعيات اخرى، كنا نعطي توعية في المدارس وفي الجمعية جمعية السيدات الأمريكيات وفي بعض الشركات، بس وقفناها التوعية لأنها خليناها في جمعيات أخرى هي اللي تختص بالتوعية بمرض السرطان. بالنسبة للحملات الإعلامية الخاصة بالتوعية، هو صحيح أن هذا الشهر شهر توعية في مرض السرطان، لكن التوعية ما تقتصر بس في هذا الشهر. التوعية لازم تكون فيها استمرارية، لأن المرض ما يطلع بس في هذا الشهر. فإحنا نبي التوعية في مرض سرطان الثدي يكون فيها استمرارية، ولازم المدارس، وزارة التربية لازم تدخل توعية في مرض السرطان، تجبر الإدارات المدرسية إن هي توعي الطالبات في هذا المرض، خاصة سرطان الثدي لأنه منتشر عندنا بالكويت.
احنا ناخذ تبرعات من أهل الكويت، سواء زكاتهم أو صدقات أو شيء، فيقومون أهل الكويت جزاهم الله خير يساعدونا في هذه، يدعمونا في علاج مرضى السرطان. والوافدين كنا نتمنى ان هم يساعدونا في هذا العمل، لان احنا اغلب اللي نعالجهم كلهم طبعا وافدين، فودنا انه يكون الوافد بعد يساعدنا في هذا الشيء، لان احنا الكويتي كله ببلاش من اهل الكويت، خير الكويت يعني يصير كله ببلاش عندنا العلاج. فتمنينا من الوافد ان احنا قاعدين نعالجه، يا ريت لو كل واحد يستقطع دينار واحد بالشهر من هذه الوافدين، الجالية الهندية الفلبينية احنا قاعدين نعالجهم، لو كل واحد عنده خير يعني يعطينا دينار بالشهر، نجمع هذه ونعالج أهلهم يعني. فكنا نتمنى يعني هذا الشيء، واحنا تبرعات من الناس اللي يعطونا إياها نشتري فيها أدوية ونقدمها حق وزارة الصحة اللي هي في مكي جمعة. التواصل احنا عندنا الله يسلمك مكتب في مكي جمعة، يروحون يكلمون ان هي بس لازم يكون الثدي، احنا مو اي سرطان، لازم تيجي تقول لنا وتقول اني انا كذي ساكنه في هالمكان، وهذا نتواصل معها، ندرس الحاله، عقب ما ندرس الحاله نحاول ان نساعدها. عندنا في مكة جمعه تقدر تروح وتعرف نفسها وتشوف شنو الاوراق اللي احنا نطلبها منها، وان شاء الله ما نقصر، بس احنا نبي فلوس لان هذه وايد مبالغها طائله يعني. العلاج وايد غالي، مو سهل، الناس يعتقدون انه هو سهل، لا والله يعني وايد دواء وايد غالي، واحنا ما نعطي باليد فلوس، لان تدرين كل انسان يقول انا حياتي قصيره يلا خلنا ناخذ فلوس اصرفها، لا، اكو نشتري الابر، نشتري الادويه، نحطها عندنا في المبر في مكي جمعه تحت، يروحون يستلمون الدواء ويتعالجون داخل، ماكو شيء اسمه اخذ الفلوس واصرفها، اول كان، الحين لا.
When confronted with a diagnosis of breast cancer, it is natural to seek the voices of those who have faced similar experiences. Despite the complexities of breast cancer treatment, sometimes simply knowing breast cancer survivors before you have faced similar challenges provides a bit of extra strength. That's why we have a phone call. We would like to talk to Mrs. Antonio Rodriguez, cancer survivor. Good evening, and thank you so much for being with us.
Good evening to Kuwait TV.
Welcome. Please tell us all about your experience with cancer. But please, could you turn down the television next to you because you can hear me faster?
Okay. I will take it in another room.
Thank you.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Right. I diagnosed my cancer in 2007. At first, I was a little bit shaken, but I accepted that whatever, I will fight it out. And I put the thought, positive thinking, and that's where I went to Makki Juma.
Okay.
And
No. Before we continue, what age you were in? How old were you?
I was 69.
60?
9.
Okay. And then after that, you went to the center of Makki Jum'ah, and then after that, what?
After that, when they diagnosed, they said I will have to have breast removed. I was a bit scared, but then I went ahead, and they were wonderful, and they did a good surgery. And after that, I had 4 chemos and 36 radiation, and my family helped me out to fight through this. They kept me happy, and I never felt I was ill. They were so supportive and compassionate, and the doctors, that today I am well, fit. And
You're a cancer-free right this moment.
Yes,
That's
right.
wonderful to know. How did you detect it initially?
Initially, I had a little lump under my right arm, and I was wondering what's this new thing. So the next day, I went to my area clinic, and they recommended me to go and do a mammogram. So when I did the mammogram at the Amiri, they referred me to KCC. So I was a little bit shaken, but I went through. I said, I have got it, I got it. It's okay, I go ahead with it. That's what it is.
Okay.
And I would.
Now, what kind of message you want to deliver to the women who are facing breast cancer? Do you love to encourage them to have an early mammogram?
Early mammogram at the earliest is when they're 40. Every year they should have a mammogram done. And if they don't have to be afraid of the mammogram. Many people, many friends have come across, oh no, we don't want to go, it's very painful. It's painful for a minute or less than a minute, but then you are aware and I want all women in Kuwait to be positive thinking. Don't be afraid and live happy, move in open air, eat fresh food like vegetables, salads, fruits.
And stay away from junk food.
Yes, of course.
I know that. No, honestly, Mrs. Antonio Rodriguez, you are a true trooper. Honestly, true trooper, and the best of luck to you of facing more diseases. Thank you so much for being with us. That was Rodriguez, a cancer survivor. Stay with us. We have more right after this.
الكشف المبكر عن أمراض الثدي بدولة الكويت. المسح التشخيصي بالأشعة الماموغرام. تشير الإحصائيات إلى أن أكثر أنواع السرطان شيوعاً بين النساء في دولة الكويت هو سرطان الثدي. لذلك ينصح البرنامج الوطني للكشف المبكر عن أمراض الثدي بدولة الكويت بإجراء المسح التشخيصي له بأشعة الماموغرام. ما هو المسح التشخيصي بالأشعة الماموغرام؟ المسح التشخيصي بتصوير الثدي بالأشعة الماموغرام هو طريقة سهلة وسريعة للاكتشاف المبكر لأورام وسرطان الثدي في مرحلة ما قبل حدوث أي أعراض أو علامات مرضية ظاهرة. لمن يجب إجراء المسح التشخيصي بالماموغرام؟ يوصى في دولة الكويت بإجراء المسح التشخيصي بالماموغرام لكل امرأة بالفئة العمرية 40 عاما فأكثر مرة واحدة سنويا. حتى في حال عدم وجود أي أعراض أو مشاكل صحية بالثدي، وذلك ما عدا الحامل أو المرضع. ما هي مراكز إجراء المسح التشخيصي بالماموغرام؟ يمكن إجراء المسح التشخيصي بالماموغرام بأي مركز من المراكز الخمسة التالية والتابعة للبرنامج الوطني: مركز العقيلة الصحي، مركز خيطان الجنوبي الصحي، مركز الزهراء الصحي، مركز النعيم الصحي، مركز شيخان أحمد الفارسي وزوجته شريفة العوض الصحي بمنطقة السرة.
Come back, we have Dr. Hanaa Alkhwari, head of Kuwait National Mammography Screening Program in the Ministry of Health. Good evening and thank you so much for being with us.
Good evening.
You have noticed that we have earlier two guests and we were talking about breast cancer. We were talking about awareness of breast cancer, how to prevent it from spreading all over the body and etc. Now, let's have the expert and let's hear from the government point of view, which you represent from the Ministry of Health.
Right.
Now, before we start, we'd like to know, do you have any cooperation with other entities, honestly, to spread the awareness and to stop the cancer from, advancing inside the body?
Right. Thank you very much for inviting me. That's actually a good question. Since we launched the Kuwait National Mammography Screening Program in April 2014, our task was not only to examine these ladies and diagnose them. The task is also to spread the news that we are available and that breast cancer is rising in Kuwait. You should go and get yourself checked. And the only way to do it
When you say, I don't mean to interrupt, but when you say it's on the rise, that means that there is something is wrong. Probably people are so ignorant about it, or probably there is something going on because you said it's on the rise.
It's on the rise. We think it might be on the rise because people start to check themselves. So it is detected much more than before.
That's why.
Yeah.
Okay, that doesn't mean that there's something wrong with the environment.
No, it was there, but it wasn't checked. The lady doesn't come to do a mammography except after she develops symptoms. The awareness now is much more, and it shows when I tell you about the numbers of cancers detected since we started the screening program. The only way to spread the news is to cooperate with the society. We cannot do it ourselves. And we are doing so many activities, so many lectures, so many campaigns in cooperation with so many places. We went to the malls, to the schools, to the universities.
Did you get any positive feedback from the audience or not?
Unfortunately, they are always worried and afraid to even know.
They don't want to know.
They didn't want to know. Exactly.
If I die, I die. I don't want to know.
I don't know early enough that I have cancer.
This is the attitude, it's everywhere.
And this is what we're trying to tell them. Diagnose it earlier, have a proper treatment earlier, and you will live. You will live. Exactly.
They don't want to go through the chemotherapy and stuff like that.
Well, if they diagnose it earlier, they will not need the radiotherapy and chemotherapy. It might be just a simple surgery, lumpectomy, and that's it.
Okay.
If we get it at stage 1.
That's why, Dr. Alkhwari, you need to enforce this test, just like the vaccination from cholera, vaccination from diabetes, or whatever.
Right.
You need to enforce it.
We need to enforce it.
Do you have some kind of, in the future, since you are a representative from the Ministry of Health, do you think that in the future the ministry will enforce the mammograph on women and men too?
Right. Let's talk about women first. We actually thought about it and we took the first step, but just waiting to know the response. Since currently we are changing the passports of every Kuwaiti, it will be a great chance to ask the lady to have first the mammogram and then to change her passport.
Passport?
Passport.
That's new.
Everybody is changing their passports, right?
That's correct. So in order
So
for
it's a
you,
good chance.
in order for you
This is one of the
to
ideas
renew
that-
your passport, you have to have the mammogram
You
test.
have the mammogram first.
You have to.
You have to. That's a way
Otherwise,
of
you're not
enforcement.
gonna travel.
That's a way of enforcement. And whenever
But
you
this
want,
is still an idea.
this is an idea, and
okay.
we applied for it. But you know, it will take time, you know, to really see it in life. But this is one of the ideas we thought about. The other one is, for example, when they renew their civil ID. Let's put it together. If you want to renew your civil ID, have a mammogram done. But are our ladies in Kuwait gonna
Do you think that
accept
people?
this?
No, it's not only acceptance. It's about maybe you're violating the freedom of the people to do what to do, whenever they want to do. This is just an idea. I don't know about
Yeah,
that.
but because we worry about them. We wish
You're
that
just like the big mother worrying
exactly.
about their kids.
We wish that the ladies in Kuwait will have at least mammogram once in their lifetime.
You have mentioned at the beginning of the interview that you said that the breast cancer, it's not only breast cancer, the cancer itself, it's on the rise because people are putting themselves through detection to find it earlier. Do you have numbers for us regarding women and men?
Yeah. First of all, we don't do screening mammography for men because it's very rarely affecting men. We get like 1 or 2 cases per year, not much. If you compare it to the women, the latest is published statistics from the Kuwait Cancer Registry. The number of newly diagnosed cancer patients, breast cancer patients, is 504. Okay, so 504 for one.
For one.
So
504 women.
Yeah, versus only 1 man per year. So
that's not much.
Yeah, it's not much.
Good news
that's
for
good,
us.
That's good news
good
for
news
you.
for us.
Exactly.
Okay.
Okay. The age-wise, about 88% of them are above the age of 40, which means there are 12% below the age of 40, very young, and they
for
are
women.
getting for women.
No.
And the stages, you know, the stages of breast cancer, we have 4 stages, 1, 2, 3, 4. The majority are stage 2 and stage 3. These are.
Whoa, hold it. You said stage 2 and stage 3.
That's the
meaning
majority.
What? Is it dangerous?
It's
severe?
more dangerous than stage 1. It will require chemotherapy, radiotherapy, hormonal therapy. The treatment
when you
will
rack
take
the
time.
numbers, number 1 is what is it?
Number 1, the mass itself is smaller than 1 centimeter.
Then 2?
2, the mass is from 1 centimeter till 3 centimeter. 3, the mass is 3 to 5 centimeter. And 4, there is metastasis, distal metastasis. It is already reaching the brain or the bone or the liver.
So it's not a hopeless case, but you can treat it.
You can treat it, but the treatment is long, more intense, and the success rate gets lower as the stage is increasing.
That's why we require early detection, honestly.
So
that's why we are here to encourage women and women.
Yeah, exactly.
And men too at the same time.
The thing is, since we started screening in Kuwait, so far we screened 13,000 ladies. From those,
doesn't matter about their nationality. Everybody's welcome.
Kuwaitis.
Kuwaitis.
We are doing, because we are doing them in the polyclinic, and it's a national program. So we screen the Kuwaitis only in our program.
Okay.
The non-Kuwaitis, if they want to do their checkup, they go to the hospitals. Okay. From those 13,000 Kuwaiti ladies, cancer was in 159 cases, which is really a high number. That's in the last 2 to 3 years. So imagine if you screen more, how much cancers we will get. And again, the stage is stage 2 and stage 3.
Okay, to support your point of view, we have some kind of a small flash about this one here. The breast cancer awareness, we have this on the air. Watch it and come back with the Dr. Alkhwari.
Sure.
Okay, we'll resume our interview with Dr. Hanaa Alkhwari, and you were talking about the numbers.
Yeah,
They are on the rise because people are more aware of it. That's
Yeah.
why it's on the rise.
it's on the rise. So
Okay.
from the 13,000 we've screened, we detected 159 cases,
Okay.
which means 12 every 1,000 patient, 12 every 1,000 lady.
Okay.
If you compare it with the international numbers, in Switzerland, it's 1 to 2 per 1,000. In UK and
So they have
and
better
USA,
numbers than us.
because they started 25 years earlier. So they scan the ladies. So the ladies now they getting they are detected. You know, most of them are already treated, and very little now have cancers in them.
So that's why you have the idea to enforce the mandatory mammograph on women in the state of Kuwait, because they detected it earlier in Europe.
And the second thing, again, the stages that we got is again mostly stage 2 and stage 3. What we want is stage 1.
Stage 1.
So
that's not bad.
I hope one day we will start getting the stage 1 cancers, not the 2 and the 3. One day.
You have made a comparison between Europe and the Arab world, and you said that they were doing some screening tests and they're doing some stuff to prevent it from happening at the early stages.
Yeah.
What's wrong with us? How come we're not competing with them? How come we're not doing the same thing with them?
Well, we think we meet, we start to motivate things, but things here in the Arab world is usually slower.
Slower.
But eventually
Because of
we get there.
traditions and customs
yeah,
and stuff like
yeah.
that.
Eventually we get there,
Okay.
but after a long time.
Slowly but surely.
Slowly but surely. The second thing is, if you want to see cancer in the GCC countries, you know that the highest number is in Kuwait and Qatar. More than Bahrain, more than Saudi Arabia, more than Oman.
What's about that? What is it? That mean more
The number of cancers detected in Kuwait,
detected.
and in Qatar, breast cancer, is the highest among the GCC countries. Age-wise, if you compare our countries, the Middle East, with Europe and the States, our ladies get cancer when they are 10 years younger than Europe and the States. So there are so many factors that's telling us go and force these ladies to do a mammography at least once in their lifetime.
One final question. Honestly, it's sad to make you. You know, I have lots of questions, but we are almost out of time. You have chosen October to make
Right.
awareness to the world about cancer. Why? How come it's October is so famous?
Well, it is just chosen by one of the cancer societies in the state that they choose a month to spread the news, to spread the
What about the
awareness.
rest of the month?
Well, since I started, this is what I've been saying. We don't have to stop in October. And actually, most of the women thinks that we are providing this service only in October.
That's it.
We are
But it's
here the
not.
whole year. It's a polyclinic. We are available the whole year, not only in October. And we are trying to do campaigns throughout the year, not only in October.
Not on October.
No, yeah.
That's including for men too. That's the same
For
thing.
men. What we need from men is to involve them in the campaign to help us convince their wives to do
wives.
the mammogram. Because
And-
they actually started this sort
And
of
the
thinking.
mammograph is good at what age?
Now we start from the age of 40.
40 years
Below,
old
below,
for
below
women.
40 is too young to do
Doesn't
the
matter
mammogram.
she's married or not married.
No, doesn't matter. From the age of 40, and to be done at when you know, every year. If she wants to extend it, okay, don't exceed more than 2 years. If you don't want to do it every year,
So annually,
at least do it every
you
2
need
years.
to have a mammogram for every year, as
Yeah.
long as you live.
Yes. Until the age of 69.
And don't talk about
there is
passport.
an upper. There is an upper age
When you
limit.
said
69.
passport, they would run to you and honestly do the mammograph. Dr. Hanaa, pleasure to have you here. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thanks a lot.
We would like to thank, honestly, Dr. Hanaa Alkhwari, head of Kuwait National Mammography Screening Program, representing the Ministry of Health. Well, unfortunately, that's all the time that we have for you, your favorite program, every Wednesday, To The Point. For more details and more stuff about this program, you can go to the YouTube channel and get all the information you need. We will see you next Wednesday at the same time at 8 o'clock. Make it 8:10 after that. I'm Ahmed Alwasmi. I will see you next time, next week. Until then, take care of yourself and each other. Bye-bye.